Now this is kind of this is kind of a this is kind of this is kind of a touchy subject. I don't know how many of you are aware, but in Canada, I don't know if you've ever seen Futurama. Let's start with that. Futurama had these booths. These like they look like phone booths, and you'd put like $1 in it or a quarter in it or whatever, and you'd go inside, and then it would erase you from the planet. They were on like every corner of the city. Well, that is now a reality. We're in Canada. You can sign up to have government assisted removal of your life from this planet. Ethically, morally, I think it's absolutely deplorable. Um, it's a complicated topic. I think, if somebody is in immense chronic pain, um, immense chronic pain or things of that nature, I'm more open to hearing an argument for that. But that's really not how it's being used. In this particular case, someone who is anorexic and just 47 years old candidly lays bare her plan to pass away under Canada's new assisted death laws. Quote, "Every day is hell, I'm done." Now, in this particular case, anorexia can be cured. It is a mental disorder. And Canada is just going to let people go end themselves. It's absolutely insane. Look, you have some sort of terminal disease, you want to go out your own way with, people remember you when you were healthy and things like that. I guess I understand that. But this is not that. This is somebody with a mental disorder who needs help, and is just going to say, hey, yeah, cool. A woman who has wrestled with anorexia for decades has opened up about her decision to die as soon as Canada expands its criteria for medically assisted death. Lisa Polly, 47, shared that she has a warped relationship with her body since she was 8 and has been struggling with eating disorder for nearly 40 years. She now weighs 92 pounds and may go days without eating solid foods. She explains that she's too weak to carry groceries home without stopping for breaks, describing her life as a living hell. Every day is terrible, she told Reuters. I'm so tired, I'm done. I've tried everything. I feel like I've lived my life. I just don't think that this is a spot for. I don't really understand. Polly cannot legally get medical help to die yet. Well, thank God it's expanding, though. Canada legalized an expansion of criteria for medically assisted death that comes into force in March 2024 will allow Canadians like Polly, whose sole underlying condition is mental illness, to choose medically assisted death. Think about that. Have depression? We'll help you remove your life from this planet. Right? Isn't that what these sickos are doing? If the sole reason you want it is because of mental illness, it's fine then. What? We're just ending the mentally ill now? Oh, well, he's got a mental illness. He said he says he doesn't want to be on this planet anymore. I mean, he's mentally ill. We know this is documented, but sure, get in the booth. Press the button. The legal changes were precipitated by court rulings that struck down prohibitions on helping people die. The new mental health provision will make Canada one of the most expansive countries in the world when it comes to medical assistance when in dying, according to an expert panel of Canadians' Parliament. Now, in Canada, they also have these panels that decide whether or not you're worthy of getting medical care, whether or not you're worthy of life. So they'll also, I guess, allow you to remove your life from this planet. Pauly first raised the idea with a psychiatrist in April 2021. Dembo served as an expert on the panel, and mental illness had presented a report to Canada's Parliament last year. She assesses people for MAID. I like how they have that nice little acronym, medically assisted death or whatever. Pauly has tried a multitude of treatments, has been hospitalized twice, but she thinks constantly about when she's eaten and when she will eat. Dembo told Pauly that she could be eligible for the assistance once Canada's law changes. She's undergone very high-quality treatments, and they just have not made an impact. When Dembo... Well, I guess just end her life then. I guess. When Dembo assesses people for MAID, she said she treats it as a last resort and tries to determine whether they have received all available medical and social supports. So all these people who are having, thoughts of removing their life from this planet, all they have to do is trick one of these people to get, now that the government can do it for them? Is that what? When she first broached the possibility of getting help, her mother could not accept it. The wind got knocked out of me. I just couldn't imagine her not being in this world. But Heatley talked to her daughter and realized what she was going through. She just couldn't foresee another 10 or 20 or whatever years of living with this disorder. I say to myself, you have to try to remember this is what she wanted. It's her life. And I would just have to go on without her. So her mom is okay with this too. Proponents of this procedure, still a novel concept in many parts of the world, say it's an issue of personal autonomy. However, critics insist the country is on a perilous road to mass euthanasia and ever more pressure on the sick, disabled, and poor to end their lives prematurely. Of course, that's where this is going. Of course. Of course, this is where it's going. Ooh, man. You can't afford these medical bills, huh? Man, you don't really want to be a burden on your family, do you? Like, we could try this thing, and it's going to cost like $100,000. Money that the government has to pay. Now, remember that. Insurance companies, but when you talk about socialized medicine, not only are the people who are providing the health insurance paying for it, but they're also the ones willing to end your life. Think about that. These people are going to end up with quotas. Oh, you can only spend $5 million this week on health insurance, so you're going to have to convince more people to make the decision. Couldn't you just see that happening? Oh, your numbers are way too high this month. We're spending too much money keeping people alive who are sick. Oh, yeah, Mrs. Johnson, you don't want your kids to inherit all this debt, do you? Boy, that must be a huge burden. You know what you could do? You could try this MAID thing. Look at these emojis. Guess what? If you do it, it's buy one, get one free. And we'll also give your kids brand new plasma TVs. Just, it's painless. It's quick. You don't have to worry about it. Then not only will your pain end, but your family's pain will end. Your family would want this. Couldn't you just see these conversations happening? It's gross. And it's a huge conflict of interest when you're the entity that is paying for both of them. Alex Schottenberg, director of this Euthanasia Prevention Coalition, said the rates were skyrocketing because of heavy promotion within our medical system had normalized it. Every major healthcare institution has a MAID team which will literally approach everyone who may qualify and ask them if they want to die. I knew that. I don't even, I read these articles for the first time with all of you. And I just, I knew that's where this was going. Of course. Oh, have a mental illness? Ooh, yeah, geez. How hard do you think it'll be to talk them into it? Last month, DailyMail.com exclusively revealed that Canada had seen another record-busting year with these type of procedures, with a 35% rise to some 13,500? Are you kidding me? 13,500 times. Some doctor who takes a Hippocratic oath to do no harm puts a needle in someone's arm and takes them off this planet. 13,500 times last year. And again, chronic pain, a terminal diagnosis. These are things that I can at least understand, but you know this is a slippery slope. I bet you there'll be 20, 30, 40, 50,000. It'll all become about marketing. But the real reason will be about cost reduction.